scaling matchup across from Flandre, so that way they could play a 1-4, and when they're doing Dragon setup, have an advantage of playing around a side lane and skirmish, and that one of the ways that EDG would be able to contest this would be a bit of a big mistake there. Yeah, you get the Ignite off of, but that could have gone really wrong as here comes the top lane dive into double teleport.
That's a teleport for Oscar, and 369's like, where did everyone come from? First blood over to Scout while the flash away secures. JJ not going to be taking any of the aggro. The Scout juggles that nicely, and EDG on the board first.
But meanwhile, it looks like Karsa might be trying to contest this one. Although with Knight using his TP back into the lane, 369 using his TP back into the lane, they don't have the Aurelia to also look for this dive. We'll see if they force it. Diving Alistar, very dangerous.
Karsa is level 4. Mako disengages
That is why.
4. He misses a Shattering Strike, and Karsa dodges away. That's Knife from Viper. He cleanses it, and Karsa taking the turret aggro. A 1-for-1 while Mako watches on in fury, while 369 forces the flash.
Hunting this bear.
JJ has Smite, and he's level 6. First Undertow connects, that's great. Karsa going for the second Smite to heal up, but Knight's here as well. Destiny used nicely, but you need to finish the kill, which the Undertow will only just do. Red buff kill for top esports, using this global mid proactively. And Knight's not done for now. Draw with the crash down, disengage you mentioned in champs like Frost. Mako gets it off, but top esports still waiting patiently.
Yeah, but now no W, just the Pulverize available for Mako. Where will he use it?
This time, the second time around for the dive, Mako goes back in. Still taking up the aggro is Jaculov. He's willing to die for it, but Knight taking an extra shot. As Scout finally joins in the party, a double kill already for the Twisted Fate, while Scout is too late, and Karsa now has to burn that flash. As Ward over will spot him out.
Oh, flash on the Q.
That's a slow down. Scout wants the follow-up damage. Draw there with the attractive repel. Can he get the stun down? No. Ferromancy crashed down. May have even just given a second kill over to Scout. He has a flash, but will he make it in time? No, you've just given Scout 3 kills of your top esports while the Vanguard's edge up in the top lane. Flandre in a bit of trouble, but dodges the flawless duet. Resets here for 369. The hammer.
Poor play from EDG. We talked about, top esports kind of hard forcing bot lane, as now Mako's doing it.
Will flash away. Killer Instinct immediately. Great buster shot from Jaculov, but he's stunned up by the trample, and Mako wants to keep him there. Scout has moved down as well, and Jaculov's going to donate another kill over. JJ here to watch the show, and the fiesta continues with Viper adding one to the mix.
And Viper playing with fight into fight into fight into replay into fight. I had forgotten how much of an endurance test this region is.
Yeah, the funny thing is...
Available, Karsa is already underneath him, and poor Flandre's like, please God, let me out.
But he's not going to get away. The Undertow's there, and look at the damage already. Ragnarok burn. Flandre doesn't have his flash, and I told you, he's dying here. As Karsa picks up kill number 2, while EDG the response on bottom lane, but they've just turned the engage onto Viper. You think this is the weak side? Think again. Viper flashes away. Jaculov doesn't get hit there with the W, but in comes Scout to save the play. Draw going to get knocked up next, or at least hit hard by Scout, who is level 10 with an Everfrost. And Draw's going to feel the pain. Another double for Scout. And top esports are like, fine, let's keep pushing top.
Yeah, top esports, though, going to be the big winners throughout this one. It's a slight miscalculation on Jaculov, not able to get the assassination on Viper with the ultimate pushback, probably expecting that the E-charge would have taken him down, and Viper just living with a...
EDG waiting in the brush, lying, or at least lying in wait for top esports to walk into that.
Yeah, and top esports aren't gonna fall for this. Like, it's fine. We'll take the Infernal Drake for this Herald here. A long lane isn't super punishing for us.
EDG grouping up as a 4-man gank squad. Draw doesn't go in, but Knight might be called out. Good Everfrost, but still knocked up by Mako. Golden here will go, but it's way too late. Draw can't save him, and that 600 gold shutdown Frostgurin goes.
EDG pulling the Uno reverse on top esports and play the same play on the top side of the map.
Feels good when you're someone like Scout. That realm walk was beautiful, darting between vision as they're going to get a turret out of it as well.
I feel like top esports have actually fumbled a little bit on kind of some of their mid-game plays. They're a little bit not very organized. They were kind of setting up toward the S item is, but on Rise, it is just pain. It is Spain without the S. It is so awful to experience.
There it is.
And speaking of experiencing, yeah, it's just about that. It's a free low cooldown CC into repeated CC into massive burst, and we talked about in Champions like how much safety Rel and Olaf have to face check into kind of blind areas. Not when your Rise is 6-0.
And now you're in a 5 versus 4, right? The Everfrost utilized so well, as you mentioned. It's 369 for the angle. Knight's here. He used Destiny to get behind with the gold cup, but this Baron's going down so quick as Mako goes over the wall, but it's flushed in. It's stolen away. Casa does it again in yet another game one. 369 tries to clean it up, but the Baron's there. Run for your lives as the Realm Warp to clean up Knight. He'll go golden, hoping to take Flandre with him, but no can-do'sville as Top Esports lose 3 for the cheeky steal.
Now, before I congratulate EDG, because ultimately that was an overall win for them, obviously they made it out with most members, they killed a lot of the Baron. Karsa is just the Beastmaster. If he's in the pit, he is getting that.
Oh, the crash down though, the flash away from Flandre. That's a great little ulti though from Draw. They take down the jungle while Scout comes in, and yeah, he's the raid boss as he gets buster shotted away. Draw will sacrifice his life to slow down some tempo, but now, that's Destiny used, but it'll go all the way to the front. Mentioned Knight, he's up above Castle while he's doing the blue buffs. Caught out is Scout, but now the rest of the team's there. Going golden might be okay, but Chakulov over the wall is caught out by Mako. This Alistar on a pile drive mission as Knight will die too. A double already, a good Vanguard's edge, but I don't know if 369 can clean this one up. Give him the quadra kill with Scout to take the last, and EDG on a mission to go to Top Esports base.
Oh, TES were simply bowling pins, and Viper was the bowling ball that EDG just perfect strike through them. You called out Mako, you called out Scout, and Viper in the middle of it, just orchestrating it beautiful. Ult into the backline, picks up the first kill, turns on the second, just expertly played as Edward Gaming will take first game in such a commanding fashion from that mid game.
When this team groups up, they can do anything, and EDG just shows you why they have the highest kill participation in the league. When they're that 5-man squad, they can do anything, and a 1-0 to start off lane. Frost, you mentioned it. It looks like the Sejuani going over to Jeje, something we haven't seen in a long while.
So, here's the thing. EDG really love their flex. Flandre, you're looking a little bit foolish here.
Ooh. Jeje's in the mid lane. Scout's actually just forced the flash out of Knight. Casa coming for the response. Early action already as Jeje too deep. He flashes away, but it's into a wall, so Casa follows it up. Oh, no. The Ignite Hecarim jungle pays off yet again as Top Esports open this one.
Forcing Flandre off and making him miss so much there. 64 to 40 CS.
Jeje, what are you doing here? I mean, this is not your jungle. He thought he could respond. They thought Casa was still up in the top lane, and Jeje gets punished, man. This is a Casa diff of a start if I've seen one.
People are building CDR boots, and majority of people are building Everfrost. Like, you know, I'm no expert, but I'm noticing some trends.
There are some trends, and EDG diving bot, that's another one. Mako goes in for the ultimate, the unbreakable will. Chakulov interrupted. In goes Viper with the killer instinct, and down goes Jackie. It goes to Mako, which is a small win, but EDG sticks. It's going to be a big damage threat as well that EDG are going to have to deal with. This is a Night Harvester Gragas coming up that we've seen a couple of times in the LPL. And 369 is going to get there pretty soon. I mean, this first turret gold will go down in favor of Top Esports as soon as 369 bashes it down.
I'm not the biggest fan of the AP Gragas. I feel like a lot of people will do it when they feel like they get really far ahead, which 369 did. You're like, I feel so rich right now. This back's going to feel really good. Game scales out if EDG are able to abuse that composition.
As now they're making a play towards mid lane. Knight gets a shockwave down, flashes, but it might be to his dismay. Mako comes in, and this guy, the real cow of game number 2, as he picks up his second, pushed away the bottom lane. EDG defending this, but Casa still ready to go in. He has his ultimate and Ignite. They're just trying to clear the wave. Turret's going to go down. They use this as an engage. Onslaught of Shadows into the back line. Pushes Jeje back. The explosive cast completely whiffs as Mako's like, I'm the carry now. Gets a massive shutdown, and this cow's actually huge as he walks in yet again. They're not going to give it over to him this time, and EDG's counterpunch is even stronger. Flandre brings in help from Viper with a killer instinct, and 369 against the wall. A glacial prison to give a shutdown to the AD carry, and an EDG right back in.
We'll take a look at the items and see how confident. Okay, yeah. EDG are going to feel really confident actually fighting for this upcoming Drake, because look at those 2 stopwatches. They've got like the 2 stopwatches in the inventory. They're like, let's do this. Let's throw down. This is going to be the team fight that we break open this game on. So this is now the crucial, critical hold point for Top Esports if they want to get back into this game.
And if they stopwatch some of these ultimates, it means they get out, but they found 369, who's moving towards the pit. He's just gone. EDG find the first crucial pick.
Gragas.
It's a 5 versus 4, and you're right, the AP Gragas doesn't have any take stats to speak of. So EDG say thank you for the dragon. They'll move to Soul Point, and Top Esports are just without a head right now.
It is a disaster if you're a top esports fan. You know, we called it in the inventory.
We're in a good position to carry in these fights and destroy top esports with a lot of follow-up.
Yeah, and now it's about can Karsa get on that Scout and on that Viper and kill them. So Karsa, doing his best Splinter Cell impression, has actually gotten in underneath EDG's vision. So finding these small windows to try to bite back here is...
Not again.
Dead again.
Oh, 369 off the run. Oh my god, it keeps on happening. And 369 burns his flash, almost getting caught out. Castle was one making play on the top side, but 369 was going deep yet again.
And unfortunately, you could see what Top Esports wanted to do. You know, they have 369 kind of getting a deep flank from underneath. You have Karsa getting a deep flank from on top. And they are trying to find, like, these flank surprise moments as Karsa maybe overforcing. That's not the target you want.
Mako gets to half health. The flash hit. Mako flashing back. What? Everfrost
look at
used. Mako running back, but he's dead. Karsa hits the other angle. Well, yeah, it's a 1-for-1. Both supports die. Two-man shockwave with onslaught of shadows while Viper goes golden. That's to utilize disengaging the ultis while Jackie Love's dishing out the damage. EDG sent away, and they're still on the wrong side of the map as the Herald's like, take that instead. Please leave us alone.
They're calling him back up. They need another member. Really beautiful.
Going to move into the pit. Dragon started off, and no one's hitting it.
This is a really good example we talked about with like Mako playing goalkeeper, the fact that he kept cheating over behind the pit, and now they've traded spot with Flandre. And Mako's job is just like, find Karsa, get him out.
And they're doing no damage to Flandre. I mean, they just used the ultimate Karsa to get over the wall. Remember, he doesn't have flash. The Dragon stole it. It is!
He got it!
Karsa gets sent back over again! Feels like the king of thieves here in the jungle, and Top Esports will keep the game going.
This guy is absolutely cracked. Back towards Top Esports.
Oh, good explosive cast though. 369 missed the body slam before his Knight's caught out in the back end. Shockwave brings back in Viper, but he's stunned down. Onslaught of Shadows stolen by Scout and works it better. On the other end, Flandre was taken by Top Esports 369 and Jackie Love, but EDG have closed out on two members, and now they're on the Baron.
Karsa is still alive, doesn't have Onslaught of Shadow, and again, Viper had to use his flash there. The Shockwave still tagged him, but you know, the difference of a Kaisa who needs to rely on her ult now for repositioning versus Tristana who does have that rocket jump. Now, that said, it's actually pretty difficult for Tristana to find the right animation window to rocket jump against these champions who have so many cancel opportunities, as EDG now burning this Baron and Mako on bouncer duty. Can he keep Karsa out?
I mean, Karsa's got the smite, not another steal. You gotta be sure. Get Karsa away from it at 1k into the back of the Onslaught of Shadows. They're waiting for him. Smite needs to come down. Oh, he doesn't get it this time around. Now has to make his escape, but EDG won't let him. And finally, an objective goes their way. EDG
through this front line. Watch Flandre on the side. Does have access. Oh, excuse me. Doesn't have access to Sejuani ult.
Yeah, I don't know what Flandre used it on, something off screen, but he's going to go in anyway. Flashes on in. No Glacial Prism, but that's the angle. Draw trying to turn around the Shockwave and the explosive cast. That's anti-synergy from TES, and they get wiped here, Frosker, and Viper cleaning up the fight. Scout yet again, and TES are getting outmatched here today against EDG.
Have you ever seen a quarterback just get destroyed in the back line? That was a true American football sack. That was just a bunch of giant dudes just flopping down onto Top Esports, and they just got smacked.
That was not Top Esports' strongest moment right there, and we come back to live, and hey, 369, he died again. And you were pretty right about the AP Grux. It has done pretty much nothing in this game. And they're going to go in for another engage. Rocket jump to get him to safety, but the real question is Karsa going to survive? Onto Mako, the damage being dealt by Jackie Love, while the Shockwave's good, but Glacial Prison yet again. Goodbye, Jackie Love. EDG have this second game in the bag. It's just about how they finish it off. As there we go, Permafrost yet again forces the flush out of Night. The Shockwave used by Scout, but does he care? Everfrost into the Kingslayer. Spin to win. You're so right. Better than Garrett for Scout to get the ace.
Yeah, the little Beyblade even messing up mechanically there. If we get a chance at that replay, I think he preemptively shockwaved before he flashed, so sombreroed it a little bit. But EDG now moving to match point in a series that everyone thought Top was going to be favored.
And it hasn't gone longer than 1 hour. 32 minutes in this game too. And EDG looking primed and ready to go. Top Esports getting out.
And it is going to be locked in. So we'll see if it's going to be that mid lane Nocturne or if it will be the top lane Nocturne. Flandre's holding on to it. We just saw a scout on the Silas, so it's probably going to be that top lane. EDG to get Prio over early dragons because Udyr is going to be able to do them so quickly comparatively to Hecarim, who really wants to continue to farm up. You talked about the scaling potential. I feel like the TLDR spark notes of how this game should go.
Karsa has stolen away too many dragons to count. Too many objectives throughout this series already. Onslaught of Shadows is available. Teleport into the back of the pit. Paranoia used, but Karsa in front of the dragon as it resets. GP here for the TP, but in goes EDG. It's Scout who gets the beautiful engage. And first blood over to Jeje while Jakilov's hitting on the backline. Look at the Jinx about to get excited. The first kill goes down. Scout dodges away from the Super Mega Death Rocket as he doesn't get the abscond abduct, nor did he want it, as we're still around the dragon. And EDG, even with the blinking health bars, want to take this one around. Viper needs to do some more damage. But it is taking it. You know what? I did watch the Alistar because Draw took the dragon. Somehow, some way, as Top Esports are being collapsed on, though. Was it worth it? With a 4 versus 1, the horse is sent back to the vet, with Top Esports losing it for the cost of that objective.
And just on a knife available to him. And here we go. We talked about the confidence that EDG would have. Scout also has TP, so he can join this fight. But Top Esports trying to pull the trigger first.
Onslaught of Shadows, Paranoia, but Jeje is already dead. Jackilov picks up the kill. That's great for Top Esports. They'll get the Herald here and finally
dive backline.
Yeah, it'll be an aggressive move that really sets the tone for the rest of this game and potentially the ending of series. But EDG find no contest. Top Esports weren't caring. They said, okay, 369. We'll put him up towards his top lane and he'll pick up the solo lane gold. The GP who's almost towards his second item as well. And Flandre before was trying to solo out. Yeah, the zoning ultimate in the end. Karsa having a level and use that. They found Jackilov. He's burnt the flash already. Attract and repel can't cleanse. And Everfrost comes in from the wing. EDG with a huge pick. There's no objective. But hey, EDG again taking out Jackilov, giving gold over to Viper.
Oh, it was a clown car teleport. It was the 2 for 1.
For a massive flanking angle.
Yeah, actually finishing off the wolf cam. It is level 12, level 11, but there we go.
He's doing. Flandre's into the backline, Shockwave's there, but EDG now have to rely on Make on the backline. That attract and repel strikes through all of Top Esports, but 369 layering out the damage. Scout to interrupt. Jeje still drops. Knight on the side. Solo lane is alive. And finally, Top Esports wake up in this series. A Scout goes golden. 369 waiting for the Everfrost. The chase begins with the Dissonance to help out. Thank you to Grasp. Thank you to Draw as the ace comes through. And TES are back on board.
A much better team fight this time around from TES, and maybe even finding kind of that secret sauce with that Alistar. How disruptive Ali can be with Tristana trying to reposition. It was kind of like the final cherry on top of other things that went right in that team fight. The fact that Ali was able to bat Viper away from trying to look for the reset laners. And as I say that, the Baron is immediately being snap grabbed and look for an assassination. So EDG were just stalling out, and meanwhile, Top Esports like, we've got all the items we want, we're feeling really powerful, let's force the team fight on Baron.
It's like assassination. Well, I got a TP in first. Flandre comes in. Parador immediately in the back lane's like, Draw, get me out of here.
Just to get out.
The spell shield's there, but Karsa matches him over the wall as he flashes. Scout's angle, though. Look, he now has a cannon barrage, but is the fight already done? He thinks yes, as the reverse cannon barrage slows them down, but Draw's in first. Low health bars onto Flandre. They jump on him, but the shockwave catches Viper. It's a 2-man Q kill, as that's all Jackilov needs. Draw on the side. Flandre now going to be called out as he has to run for his life, and Top Esports may just be taking that Baron.
The ultimate record scratch moment for Viper. He was like, you may be wondering how I got here. Literally mid-jump, the immediate regret Knight was like right onto the shockwave and just obliterated EDG. Top Esports, so much more confidence this time around, showing that we are going to get a series. Now, JJ is alive, does have flash, but
not anymore.
He's dead.
He's dead. Call an ambulance.
He's dead.
But not for me. Scout's running as well. And there you go. Baron in hand. 5k gold.
The ultimates are up there for each team. Jackilov doesn't have flash, so this is all on his Alistar to keep him safe here in this fight. A Scout may have found Onslaught of Shadows. Now looking for the flank. Again, watch Jackilov. Can Scout get to him?
Oh, Dragon taken by Jackilov. It didn't even involve a jungle, but into the backline, they've got Jackilov. Worked out perfectly. Frosker and Flandre's made the play. And now for Knight, he's caught out, but Jeje getting bursted down. 369's the next person to watch, but at the end of the day, Viper's chasing Knight. Ready for him, is he? With the explosive shot into the Buster charge. Scout trying to survive long enough. Kingslayer does it. Viper comes back in, and now it's on to Casa. The separation anxiety is there, because Top Esports have just lost everyone.
Oh, hero moment for Viper right there. Now, Esports are just 5-manning onto this. They pulled the TP off of Gangplank. They're not going to mess around with the Baron, but look at Scout TPing to the backside of the pit. Does he get a key ultimate?
Wants casters, that's the one he's been taking. Draws secondaries, we've seen Silas with the Unbreakable Will, but not really beneficial. Dragon resets a little bit, but Jackie Love's going to hit this down. This will go quick. Flandre has the ulti as well. Onto the back line at the ready. That's a great Everfrost. Draw goes in, but the Rel ultimate hits so quickly. Mako goes down, but is it all worth it? Flandre into the back line, surviving for long enough, but Jackie Love kiting his way out until Viper gets the reset. Flushes himself, hits a minion, but Draw still dies, and EDG won it again, Frosk.
I cannot believe that actually just happened. EDG managed to win the team fight. Jinx had Flash. Jinx had the Hourglass. She has an Orianna standing next to her. She has an Alistar. And Scout didn't even have Onslaught of Shadows. He took Alistar's ultimate and just went in.
That was...
EDG will now... They're going to deny Soul. They're going to pop onto the Baron. They could two-man it with Udyr and Tristana. Whereas before I was like, okay, EDG, you won a good team fight. Now your foot's kind of back into the door. Them getting this gives them that much more time onto the map. Like, yes, I still don't really favor their scaling, but again, they got key summoners off of key targets. And that's what I think is super important here for the next team fight.
Flandre, the one person who doesn't have a Baron buff, so Viper needs to get down there and help out. As Knight is the one responding with the Orianna. But inner turret goes down. Remember, a lot of resources to take here if you EDG, and they'll keep shoving in aggressively.
Still, it is really hard for EDG to break the base of Top Esports because, yeah, they have great turret damage with Tristana, but it's really hard to dive, and not anyone else can really step forward. Like, if EDG try to dive Top Esports, it better be damn good, because you're diving a Gangplank as well as an Alistar. That could just be...
As it's just around the Dragon. 20 seconds till it spawns. EDG holding their vision line as best they can.
Scout grabbing hold of the Alistar ultimate as Karsa maybe has found Flandre.
Shield goes up. There's the paranoia, but oh my god, what happened?
Damage.
Into the backline. Now they're onto Jackie of the GA burn.
Oh no.
Oh, Top Esports, can you bring this back? Flashes burnt everywhere. The shockwave, a good start as JJ kind of ints his face off as well. And both teams just ate the sandwich that gave them food poisoning.
Oh, yeah, that was definitely a shit sandwich. Now, that said, Jackie Love does go down, but Knight does manage to make sure that Top Esports will live to fight another day. Separate, you can't see someone. Maybe JJ comes out and slaps someone down, but I don't know about this call. I think that this is a bit ambitious.
It is, because Scout is definitely the sus one over the wall. The shockwave only hits onto one. It's Flandre. He's the top laner, though, with Scouts coming in. 369's isolated. The GP's caught out and bursted down. Caster goes down too. Dwarn now in the middle of it, trying to bring it back as Knight is doing his best. Jackie Love goes gold, but you know what? That's a good game of Among Us. You know who the imposter is. You take him down. And Top Esports left with only Knight.
And Edward Gaming with that prove that form is temporary, but class is forever. It doesn't matter who is on the roster. You can change out the pieces, you can rewrite it, but history will reign, and they will go to the winner's bracket here.
Straight to the semifinals to meet with FPX. 2-3-0s here as they explode Knight. Top Esports were outclassed. I've said Top Esports can't be stopped, but it's EDG, the returning champions, that rise against the Phoenix next week.
And just